Hello, great learners. This is Matt Theatre TV, and this is Mr. Innocent, your academic mentor. Here on this platform, we groom our grade 12 learners preparing for their Waec and the Jamb examination. So if you're seeing this channel for the very first time, do well to hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, turn the bell notification on so you get instant notification when we post some of these interesting lectures. Now today, we're going to be reviewing some key questions from what? From Jamb 2020. The first one here says, given that cos S equals root A over B, we're asked to find what cosec S will be. Now quickly, we agree here that what? Cos will give us what? Will give us adjacent over what? Over hypotenuse from our acronym SOHCAHTOA. All right. So that equals what? That means the root A is our adjacent and the root B is our what? Is our hypotenuse. Now, if we bring our right angle triangle into this question now, you agree with me that here becomes the opposite if we have an angle here. Then here is the adjacent, while here is the hypotenuse. So our adjacent from cos is what? Root A, while our hypotenuse is what? Root B. Good. So from here, you agree now that what? You agree with me here that what? To get the opposite now, using Pythagoras theorem, opposite square now becomes what? Becomes the hypotenuse square minus what? The adjacent square. And if that's the case, so this gives us what? Hypotenuse is what? B, root B rather. So that will be root B all squared minus adjacent is what? Root A. That will be root A all squared. Now the opposite square here becomes what? The square will cancel out this. The square will cancel out the square root symbol. So we're not having what? We're not having B minus A. So to get our opposite now, our opposite becomes what? Taking the square root of both sides becomes the root of what? B minus A. And that becomes the opposite. Now, what we're actually looking for is what? Cosec X. Now, you agree with me that what? Cosec S is the same thing as what? 1 ratio what? Sine X. And if what? If sine X equals opposite over hypotenuse, it therefore means that the reciprocal of sine S will become the reverse of it, which is now hypotenuse over what? Opposite. And if that's the case, then cosec S equals the hypotenuse here again is root B, and our opposite, we got it as root B over A. Both of them have the square root symbol, so we enclose them in one square root symbol. So that'll be what? The hypotenuse again, that's B, all ratio what? The opposite, which is what? B minus A. And that gives us what? That gives us the solution to that problem. Now let's see the next question we have here. We're asked to factorize 1 minus what? In bracket x minus y all what? All squared. Now you agree with me here that what? That 1 squared, we can also express this way. 1 squared minus what? X minus 1 all squared is the same thing as this. Why? 1 squared is the same thing as 1. 1 times 1. Good. So here we have difference. Now this takes us to what? One of the factorization rule that talks about what? Difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. Here we have, if we have s squared minus what? Minus y squared. To factorize this now, what we simply do is what? We put two of the variables and connect the multiplication subtraction sign, while the other will connect with what? Addition sign. And that's the easy way to what? To factorize that. Now applying the same approach now here, this will now give us what? In bracket, 1 minus what? S minus y. Then in another bracket, we have 1 plus what? X minus y. So that gives us what? If we remove the bracket here, we have 1 minus x. Then minus times minus will give us positive y. Then here we have 1 plus x, plus times minus is negative y. And that becomes the what? Solution to that problem using difference of what? Difference of two squares. Let's see the last question we have here. We have s squared in bracket s squared minus 1 or raised to the power minus half minus in bracket s squared minus 1 or raised to the power what? Half. Okay. Now applying this indices rule here, this becomes s squared all ratio what? S squared minus 1. The power become what? Positive minus what? S squared minus 1 all raised to the power what? Positive half. The denominator here, you agree with me, is 1. So if we look for the LCM will what? S squared minus 1, or is power what? Half. Then we divide. This divided into the denominator. That will give us 1. 1 times s squared. That's s squared. Minus, the denominator here is 1. 1 into this will give us same thing as the quotient. This will now multiply this. So that gives us s squared minus 1, or is power half, times same thing again, minus 1, or is power what? Half. Okay. So from here now, what do we have? You agree with me that these two expressions are the same. So we cannot have it to be s squared minus what? S squared minus 1, or is power half, then becomes a square, just like saying x times x will give us what? S squared. So we bring both of them together and square it. Our denominator is still what? It's still s squared minus 1, or is power what? Half. Now from here, the power here is what? Half. And it is raised to another power again outside, which is what? 2. And from indices, we talked about what? A term that is raised to a power and raised to another power. Both powers will multiply themselves. So half times the 2 here, this will cancel out this. And when that happens, we now have s squared minus, in bracket, s squared minus 1. Then at the denominator, we have s squared minus 1, or is about half. So if we open the bracket here, now that gives us s squared minus times s squared is minus s squared, minus times negative 1 is positive 1, and here we have s squared minus 1, or is about what? Half. S squared minus s squared will give us 0, so we end up having 1, or is what? S squared minus 1, or is about what? Half. And that becomes the solution to that what? To that problem. So these are just few key questions from Jamb 2020 that we just review now. That will be the size of our lecture for what? For today. We're going to be having more of these lectures, reviewing past questions for Jamb and also Waec as you get set for your examination come next year. So if you've gotten any value from today's lecture, please one more time give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and also turn the bell notification on so you get instant notification when we post some of these interesting and exciting questions. Now, until I see you in our next lecture, don't forget this is Maths Theatre TV, and this is Mr. Innocent. Your success is my delight. Peace.